Hey guys, what's going on? Just got out to Folsom today. A little bit of a weird trend that we're working with. We got some hot weather coming in today. 70 degrees in February, so that should definitely be interesting to say the least. We got fallen water though. That's never a good thing. I think the lake's come down like, I don't know, 8 feet in the last like 2 or 3 weeks, and it's definitely starting to drop even a little bit more than that now. So we can actually see kind of like the water line where the lake had been sitting pretty constant for a while. So I don't love that. I don't really know what to expect. We're gonna kind of poke around and see what the deal is. I have a feeling it might be kind of tough today, but I also have a feeling that in the afternoon, once the sun really starts beating down, we might kind of get into them. So we'll just have to see what happens, but stay tuned. There was a bunch of fish sitting down on this rock, and oh gosh, my jacket's covering the camera. Hopefully that wasn't like that the whole time, but yeah, this guy's really going for it. Might be a decent fish. But yeah, right when we dropped down on this pile, we got bit. Nothing. Cast out again. Maybe 30 seconds later, one came over and grabbed it. So, let's see if we can get a couple off this spot. Yeah, it's a decent spot of bass. All right. That's probably I don't know, maybe 2.5. Nice and cold. Let's see. We'll put him on the scale, see if this thing wants to work today. Last trip this thing was being all temperamental. All right, 220. Fish number one, let's see what we can get today. Ooh, that feels different. That was a weird bite. I literally thought I was just pulling a snag, so I just kept on yanking and it was a fish. Kind of weird. Can't tell if this is a good one or not. I haven't seen the thing. It's like hiding under the boat. Nah, it's just a kind of a clone of the last one. Still decent fish though. Gosh. Barely hooked again. Another nice and fat one, we'll take it. Just keep throwing them on. I think our scale just was super damp from the dew or whatever, kind of made it not super happy. Seems like they're starting to wake up a little bit. I mean, we're seeing groups of fish. They're kind of converging on the tube or whatever's going down there, but we're not really seeming to convert a lot of the fish into biters. So it's probably just a matter of the water falling and stuff just being kind of weird like that. But we're gonna keep grinding, see what we can do. Gosh, I haven't caught a fish on a darter head in like 10,000 years probably. That's fun. Almost forgot what the bite's even supposed to feel like. Looks like the tube might be getting a little bit bigger on average fish, but oh wow, just kept coughing up all that bait. All right, little tube fish. That thing's cold, 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 cold. Got the little pond smelt. Those guys are pretty tiny, honestly. You know what's funny is I really kind of like I haven't thrown it a ton, I'll be honest, but the drop shot really hasn't been that good this year for me. And you think with all those like super tiny bait fish, the drop shot would kind of be the name of the game, especially when it comes to just mimicking small bait fish like that, but really hasn't been like that this year. So just for those of you guys that haven't actually fished a darter head or don't even know what I'm talking about right now, this is pretty much the rig. This is actually a weedless darter head, so it's just like a normal Texas hook, and it's got this flat head, and the flat head's really important. You don't have to throw the weedless one. You can buy one with just like an open jig hook. But what I recommend is that you get like a flat side hammer, and you just lay the jig head on the side and you just give it a little whack, and that's going to help with the spiraling fall that these baits have a lot of the time. And this particular bait is a Candy Grenades head. That's a company from back when I was still in high school, local guy. I don't even remember what his name is, to be honest. I feel kind of bad, but he was a cool guy and he helped out the high school a lot. And I have a big supply of these because these things are pretty deadly, and I just haven't been throwing them, so I thought kind of put it in the mix and see what we can do. But darter head's a great bait. If you guys don't throw it, you should. Darter head it is, apparently. God, I don't know what it is, but I really haven't been throwing a worm a lot this year, to be honest, at least not in this way, and they're biting it so much different than the tube. The tube's like a real distinct kind of like thump that they'll give it. This darter head's kind of this weird like mush bite thing. I'm just not really used to it. It's kind of funny though. God, this guy really thinks he's something. Jeez, all right. I'll usually catch a couple pretty good largemouth off some of these rocks over here, especially this time of year once it starts warming up a little bit. I really haven't had any yet, so I'm wondering if maybe this is the first one. I don't know. This might be a better fish. I don't know. He's kind of just going where he wants, which I like. That's what the big ones do. Head shaking a lot. I could just get a look at him. Oh yeah, it's a decent spot. I think might be 3 pounds. Putting up a pretty good fight. Oh yeah, that guy's nice and long. Swam right into the net. Oh yeah, that's a good one. That is definitely a good one. That thing's so tall. He's really not even that long, but that thing, I don't know if it's quite 3 pounds, maybe 270 be my guess. Let's see where he goes. Solid one though, for sure. Let's see here. He's got the big red lips from eating stuff off the bottom. 280, so pretty much what we thought, just about 2 3/4. Okay, putting together a decent little limit here. Nice fat guy. Take a quick picture with him. So we kind of did that deep thing, caught a couple fish out of that school, and then decided to go kind of shallow and throw the swim bait for a little bit. We had some pretty interesting bites, a couple good followers, and we just didn't hook up on anything. So I kind of kept messing around in that space, throwing like a weightless worm, seeing if maybe I could catch one of those real shallow largemouth that I was seeing. And we just haven't had too much success with that. We're gonna try just a little bit longer. I have a couple more spots I wanna just double check, but obviously it is kind of early, but they are up there. There is quite a few up there. So we're just gonna kind of run through one of the areas. We had quite a few bites or followers in earlier. We're gonna slow down this time and throw the worm instead of the swim bait, see if we can get one. And if not, we're gonna go back out deep for the rest of the day. Finally hooked one shallow, and I think it's still a spot, isn't it, or is it a largie? I can't tell. We're going to talk about this if we can get it in the boat. Hopefully we can. Wow, it is a spot. What a trip. All right, so we wanted to play the shallow game a little bit, and I swear I've seen some pretty decent sized largemouth cruising around in these bushes, just like all over the lake, not just here. And we were trying to just commit to that shallow grind and get up way up there throwing this trick worm. And for those of you guys that haven't thrown something like this, it's really nothing crazy, but it's just a 4/0 hook with a straight tail worm. And it's different than just your normal like throwing a Senko or just, I don't know, some other Texas rig. This is a very specific bait, and the reason for that is it doesn't really sink. It kind of just like slowly sinks. It's not super intense, and when you have a lot of these fish that are kind of like floating, that fish just came out of 3 feet of water. We're sitting in 4, that's probably 2, and you really have to let this just kind of linger down there and give it some pops, let it come out, and just kind of do that. But it's a great technique, especially when the fish are being weird and they're up shallow. If I would have, I got broken off earlier doing this exactly. I think it was probably like a 5-pound largemouth. So it's just one of those things where it's not maybe super high percentage this time of year because it's still kind of early, but if you commit to it like we have the last hour and a half or so, you can generate some of those bites, but you just got to get them in the boat. It's a better one. Or he's just angry, one of the two. Jumping and everything. I can't even tell what this thing is yet. Oh, I think it is a largemouth. No. Might still be a spot. Maybe it's a smallie, I don't know. Can't tell with this glare. This thing does not want to give up though. Good. Gosh. Oh, it is a smallmouth. That's why this thing's so strong. That guy choked it. Look at that. Awesome smallmouth. Super pretty. Dang, he had it for a second. Let's see here. Gotta do our little twist around, spin around move. Let's see. Solid 2 1/4 smallmouth. We'll take it. Nice. Pretty. That fish was so shallow, that's ridiculous. I mean, that thing must have come out of, it says we're in 2.5 right here. I mean, come on. Come on. I don't know how we haven't got a largemouth out of here, but I'm not mad we're getting bit again at least. Look at that. Oh, on that trick worm. It's happening. It's happening. This fish isn't very big, but we have a dink on this scale, so let's see if we can cull him out real quick. Got to beat a 121. I think we can do that. Let's see. Oh yeah. 168. We got about an hour left. We're gonna start running and gunning to all these trees that I got in the back of my head, and I think there's a chance we could get a big one. We're just gonna have to see if the stars align. All right, guys, kind of a wrap for the day. Ended a little bit prematurely. I'm not really sure what happened, but we were on the trolling motor, and I felt like a little thud. Not like I hit something, but just like from the head unit, and it stopped working. So that sounds expensive, but hopefully we can get it figured out. Yeah, that little shallow bite at the end of the day was pretty cool. I don't know how much longer that's gonna last, probably because we have some rain coming in, so I'm sure the fish that are up there are gonna kind of scatter or whatever and do something else. But it was a good day, and yeah, I'm curious to see what this weather does. I hope this rain actually dumps a little bit and fills the lake back up, because it was just about perfect, and now that it's come down a little bit, a lot of the stuff I like to fish is kind of out of the water, especially for springtime. So if you guys like the video, please like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.